Sita. Sita. I'll take care. Thank you. Sorry, husband. Is it time? Oh, that is very fast. That is my wife's watch. It's half an hour ahead of. I forgot the kartal. Did you have kartal? Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Let's sing one more Kirtan. The Kirtan of Narottam Das Thakur, where he is asking for mercy. Gauranga Karuna Kuro. Right? So it's practically what we all should also ask when we are in front of the Lord. So we'll read the translations first, then we can read the. Oh, my dear Lord Gauranga, please show your mercy to this lowly and destitute soul. Oh Lord, there is no one more fallen than myself in all the three worlds. Holding grass between my teeth, oh Lord Gaura, I am calling out to you now. Please be compassionate upon me and come to reside within the temple of my heart. If you do not give your mercy, seeing how fallen I am, then why are you known as Patita Pavan, the merciful savior of the fallen? I am plunged amidst the violent hurricane-stricken waves in the ocean of this material world, from which there is no escape. Kindly give me the gift of your divine lotus feet, which are compared to a boat in which your servant may cross over the ocean of birth and death. Narottam Dasa, the servant of the servant of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, ceaselessly makes this prayer. So it's a beautiful kirtan where three things are being highlighted. One is our as a state is being discussed, where we are, what is our situation, and God is being glorified as the most merciful, and then both are being linked. But since you are the most merciful, you have to deliver me. If you don't deliver me, then how come you got a name Patita Pavan? Right? Yeah. Gauranga Karuna Hina Gauranga Karuna
Satsang
होइए सदा नरोत्तम Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare करुणा को विरही न जाने मौसम पतिता प्रभु नहीं त्रिभुवाने गौर प्रेमानंदे. So Lord Gauranga is Patita Pavan. Many Sannyasi Maharaj says that Lord Gauranga is Patita Pavan, not Kapata Pavan. Right? If we are committing sins because we are conditioned, that's a different thing. But if you are committing sins, taking it as an opportunity, then you will not be cleansed. Right? Wantedly, we should not commit sins. That's exactly opposite to the way, the Abrahamic religions they preach, right? Even if you commit sins wantedly or unwantedly, there is somebody to give his blood for you. No, you cannot cheat God. We cannot cheat God. Right? We have to be sincere in front of God. They say that, yes, please save me. You're a Patita Pavan. I am completely Patita. Please save me. You can't tell Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday, I will commit all sins and you become Patita Pavan on Sunday. Doesn't work like that. Om Jnanti Mirandasya Jnananjanakshalakarya Chachurumritam Yena Asmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Ishtam Sakitam Yena Bhutale Daladisvakatam Shri Guru Shri Rupakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavasya Shri Rupam Agradakam Sagana Raghunathandikam Samsakritam Advaitam Savadutam Vijanam Saritam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Shri Vishakam Vikamsya He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Yanipate Govinda Gokita Devi Pranamani Haripriya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Srivasadi Gauranga Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Let's together read. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Giraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bharata Sevaya Bhagavati Samasloke Bhaktir Bhavate Nitsiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namaste नमो महागजन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्ण चैतन्य नमो ब्रह्मदेवाय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण कृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नित्यानन्दे नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष पुण्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे दर्पणमार्जनम भवमहाद्वावाग्निर्वापनम श्रेयकैरिव चन्द्रकावितरणं विद्यावधूतीवनम् आनन्दं बुद्धिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णं स्वादनं सर्वज्ञस्थापनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनम् नामकारि बहुनानि च सर्वशक्ति तत्राधिका नियमिता स्मरणे एकादशी तव कृपा दुर्दैवं विदृतं विचारणुराजः कृणावती पुनीचैना करोरपि च विष्णुना अमाननीयमानदेन कीर्तनेन सदा न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीशकामहे जन्मनीश्वरे भवतद्भक्तिरभयतकीर्त्वयि नन्दतनुजकिङ्करपतितमां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ पादपङ्कजपूलितदर्शं विचिन्तया नयनं दलदस्सुधारयावलिं यद्गदरुधाय गिरा पुलकेर्निजितं वपुकदातव नाम गृहिणी भविष्यति आगायितं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रवक्षायितं न्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दं विरहिणी आशिष्यवापादरतं विनस्तु मामादक्षिणं मर्महतां करोतु वा यथागता विगतो लम्बतो मात् प्रणनातास्तु वेवनाकर हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे करोति वाचालं पंगुमृंगायते गिरिं यत्कृपणतमं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदिनतारिणं श्रीपरमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम् ओम पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतोऽपि वा यत् स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं साभ्याभ्यन्तरंश्च श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु। Sorry, I'm looking a little very tired today actually. I am tired. I thought of taking a break. So the break never happened. So we're doing a satsang in the morning. Some of you attended also. So it was about Dashara and Hanumanji. A lot of pastimes of Hanumanji. Completely he's in my consciousness right now. Hanumanji. Devotee. Who doesn't like Hanumanji? Right? I heard even Muslims like Hanumanji. Even though they hate whatever they hate, but when they hear about Hanumanji's pastimes, they fall in love. Because devotee is a devotee. Right? A devotee is always glorified. You may have issues with the God, but will not have never issues with the devotee. The devotee is so surrendered. So, in our lives, when we have difficulties, we remember Krishna and we allow him to take charge. That's the best thing to do, right? But when we have difficulties, we remember him, but still we don't allow him to take charge. Actually, he is still in charge, whether we allow it or not. But when we willingly, wholeheartedly allow him to take charge, then our life becomes very peaceful. But we don't do that because we want to enjoy. We want the situation in our control, right? So that we don't want to face any difficulty. We want it to be according to our terms. And that is where we suffer every time in life. But while I was discussing the pastimes of Hanumanji today, I was thinking, while preparing for it, I never thought like that. But while discussing, I felt he's so much allowing Lord Ram to be in control of everything. At every situation, he's just lifting his hands. Ram, you take care. I don't know what to do. Right? Hanumanji is one of the most knowledgeable. Is it okay we discuss a little about Hanumanji? Well, still in my, it might be a repeat for some of you, little bit of it. But beautiful, beautiful pastimes. How he completely is a very knowledgeable person. Hanumanji is a very knowledgeable person. In fact, he is Chaturvedi. He's like all the 4 Vedas he knows in and out. At the same time, he is so humble and so cute. Cute is the right word. So sweet that you can't. Ram and Sita cannot ignore him. Like his behavior, even though he's so knowledgeable, is so humble. He just submits. Right? That's the greatness of Hanuman. When I was hearing that more and more, I was feeling, oh, that is the quality of a Bhagavata. Exactly like how Srila Prabhupada on the Jaladuta, when he was approaching Boston, his prayer was almost like Hanumanji's prayer. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't have the knowledge to deliver. You make me dance. Make me dance, make me dance, make me dance. Whatever you want to do, you do with me. By the way, you only gave me the name Bhaktivedanta. Bhaktivedanta means somebody who can speak about the essence of bhakti, knowing the whole Vedanta. But I don't have any bhakti, nor do I know Vedanta. So now you gave me that name, so you fulfill the purport of the name that you gave. Right? And it was completely written in humility, in surrender, when Prabhupada was actually keeping his feet in the foreign land. Right? So is even Hanumanji. Hanumanji got cursed because he troubled a lot of sages. Left, right, and center, it was troubling them. Right? Some sages doing tapasya, he'll go and pull the chadar from below. Some sages, completely in yogic meditation, he'll throw a fruit on his head. Enough is enough. This boy is too much. We cannot deal with him anymore. He's a monkey, what to do? Then they curse him that he should forget everything. Forget everything, whatever you remember. Right? And you remember it only when you need it. And once you forgot that curse also. He was a small boy. Yeah. So Harshko, I'm repeating a little bit of what we discussed. Yeah. So then he goes back to his house. Hanumanji goes back to his house in a very unique way. Only Anjani Devi, his mother, Anjana Devi, when she is waiting for her son, like you all also go and wait outside your home, right? School bus aayega, bacha utrega, ghar wapas aayega. But Hanumanji's way of coming home was completely different. He will jump on that mountain there, then this mountain, this tree will come home. Very naughty. He will never walk and come home. He'll keep jumping in there. His mother is always in anxiety. So सीधा क्यों नहीं आता मतलब? Jumping in this kishke that mountain, this mountain, this mountain. But this one day, Hanumanji is walking and coming. His mother is sorry, what happened to you? How come you're not jumping here and there? And Hanumanji says, I don't want to play, I want to study now. Huh? What happened to you? You're so happy, you're so enjoyable, you're like so joyful. Why do you want to study now? I don't know. He forgot that he was cursed. He completely forgot all the great siddhis that he got from all the devatas. There is a story before that, right? Why he got that powers. You all know that, right? I do not repeat the whole thing, but how many don't know? Lift your hand. Don't know? See, Hanumanji is a monkey. I mean, he's Kimnara, between a monkey and a kind of a different species. Kimnara, is he a human or is a Nara? Is a Nara or a Vanara? So Hanumanji, one day, he was very hungry. And monkeys generally are very hungry. And they don't wait for things. They just go and pluck it and eat. Right? So his mother is like, "Tu baitho, I'll go get your food. Sit down, I'll go get your food." Hanumanji cannot wait. Monkeys can never wait. I was hearing the story of monkeys doing Ekadashi Vrat. You heard them? Huh? Monkeys, all the monkeys one day decide. These humans are becoming very egoistic that they're doing Ekadashi. We'll also do Ekadashi today. All monkeys will decide. And the monkey leader will tell, "Today, no food. Complete Nirjal Ekadashi. Direct Nirjal Ekadashi." So all the monkeys, they say, "Okay, so let us sit down and we'll do Nirjal Ekadashi." Just 1 hour passes. Immediately one monkey, if you look at the tree, you see, how can we sit in the sun and do Ekadashi? We sit on the tree. It will be nice shade. Then that's the right way to do Ekadashi. Okay, we'll go on the tree. Then another half an hour passes. Then one monkey will tell, "We are becoming very weak. We are becoming very weak. Tomorrow, if you become so weak in Dwadashi, how can we pluck fruits? We'll pluck it now. We'll pluck it now and keep it. Okay? So that Dwadashi, you can eat it. Hare Krishna. Right? We'll pluck it and keep it. We'll not eat it. We'll just pluck it and keep it. And then one more day, so they keep all the fruits around them. Just imagine the Ekadashi. All their favorite fruits are around them. And they're thinking. And one more monkey says, "See, I think we'll become so weak we can't even chew it. So let us do a thing. Let us break it, right? But not swallow it. We'll only chew it today." So that was the end of the Ekadashi. The moment they kept the fruit in the mouth, they chewed it, they swallowed it. Haribol. So monkeys cannot do Ekadashi. They can try, but they can't do Ekadashi. Haribol, Hare Krishna. Right? So even Hanumanji cannot, he also cannot wait for food. So Anjana Devi told, "You wait, I'll get the food." He said, "No, his mother is gone, he's immediately searching. Where is the food?" Because more hungry, then he looks at that big orange reddish fruit. What is that? Sun. Huh? That fruit is there, why don't I eat it? He jumps. He's the Ansh of Lord Shiva. He's a devotee like Lord Shiva. Anjana Devi prays and Lord Shiva becomes very pleased, and Hanumanji comes. No, wait a second. 1 second. Hello? Yes? I'm in a meeting. Just leave me a message. I'll get back to you. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, he looks at it like my fruit. And he jumps towards it. Right? And he's jumping and going at a pace. Sun God was relaxed and what is this fruit doing? Zoom is coming like 300 yojanas. He's going there. My fruit. He's literally eager to fruit. See, when you do Surya Namaskar, you don't get sun like that. He wants to swallow the sun, right? He's going like that. At that very same time, Indra, the king of Devatas, plans the solar eclipse. Solar eclipse also has to happen at certain times, right? Exactly that time solar eclipse is planned. So Mr. Rahu is nicely going in between sun and his job is to go in between and create the eclipse. He's black in color, Rahu and Ketu, Rahu. So suddenly he comes in between. Hanuman is going towards the sun. This black fruit comes in between. I want black fruit now. He catches that black fruit. He catches that black fruit. And Rahu is like, hey, I'm not fruit. Who is this? Who is this monkey? I'm here to do my job. My job is to do eclipse right now. मेरे को उठा रहा है. He's like, hey, fruit. What is this? Then he said, hey, Indra, do something. You want me to do eclipse or no? By the way, save me. This fellow looks like he'll swallow me. So immediately Indra gets, concerned. Like, who is this monkey? Is creating all this. Immediately removes his lightning. What do you call that? Raja. Yeah, Raja, right? And he throws it on Hanuman. Hanuman is a small child. He came to eat fruit. He was not expecting that. Top, it comes and hits him. And he gets a crack on his chin. And chin in Sanskrit called Hanu. That's why his name becomes Hanuman. The one with a crack in chin. The one with a broken chin. He falls fainted. And as soon as he falls fainted, immediately Vayudev gets very angry. Hey, what is this? You are doing panga with my son? My Ansh? How can you do that? He immediately becomes angry. He removes all the oxygen from the air. No air, no oxygen. Then what will the Devatas do? They don't have oxygen cylinder system or anything. It's gone is gone. Vayudev has removed everything. Immediately they go to Brahma. Hey, Brahma, oxygen is not there. We can't breathe now. Do something. Brahma says, definitely would have done something. What did you do? We didn't do that. Indra did. No, he broke the chin of that boy, and the boy happens to be Vayudev's dear son. Immediately, Brahma says, now is the time. We have to go and reconcile. So they go to Vayudev and tell, don't worry, your son, we are going to give the bones we have never given anybody. All of us will give. Mukkoti Devatas will give bones. Mukkoti Devatas. 3.3 crore bones he gets that day. Right? One after the other. Indra says, I hit you with that Braja, right? I am giving you the bone. Even if I hit next time, it will not even touch you. That lightning, it will not touch you. That is the reason your name is Bajrangi. Right? Then your name is also Hanuman because the chin is broken, I broke it. Yamaraj comes and says, you can never be defeated in any battle. Hanumanji, any battle you go and do, you can never be defeated. I'll be there standing. Don't worry. Agnidev says, fire cannot burn you. Don't worry. Right? Everybody is giving one by one. Lord Shiva says, he is blessed by Lord Shiva to be taking birth. And Lord Shiva says, my Trishul also cannot do anything. Meaning, Swayam Durga, Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika, nothing will happen to you. Nothing will affect you. You are so glorious. Just imagine a small child with all that. Huh? Really? Huh? Really? Really? He gets all these bones. And then what happens? He becomes very naughty. It's like giving a child all the remotes in the house. Right? That's what it does. He starts creating a havoc for all the rishis everywhere. And rishis don't know, what is this fellow? We can't do anything to him. No curse is working on him, nothing is working on him, and finally they invoke the biggest curse. You will forget everything. You will forget everything. And so Hanumanji says, okay, now I've forgotten everything. Now I want to study. So his mother is like, hey, you want to study? Really, you want to study? Yes, mother, I want to study. Okay, now where to send him? A person with so many bones, where he's already knowledgeable. Okay? So then his mother says, okay, there is a university called Sun University, which is in Sun planet. You can go to that university. Hanumanji immediately goes to the sun again. And there sun god Vivaswan is standing. He looks at Hanumanji. Yes, what can I do for you? Sir, I want to join your class. This university is the highest knowledge. I'm repeating a little bit of. Is that okay? Is that okay? So son says, yeah, but there is a problem. Hanumanji says, what is the problem? Our class is full. I only have 50,000 seats. All the seats are already filled. You suddenly came. You should apply in the beginning of the year. Right? You will not get seat here. Hanumanji said, when did I ask for a seat? I am coming here to study. Sir, if you permit me, I'll stand outside the classroom. I will hear the class. The son says, it's not an ordinary classroom. I am going to rotate around the whole universe. And my classroom never stops at a place. What will you do then? No, I'll keep flying wherever the classroom goes. Right? So whole education Hanumanji takes by just flying around along with the sun, wherever the sun chariot is going. And is so much, he pleases his guru, that the highest education is given to Hanumanji, highest education. Brahma gives him a boon, by the way. Brahma gives him a boon that no material force can kill you. No material force can kill you. And he gives one more very, very beautiful boon. He gives a diamond necklace. Amazingly beautiful diamond necklace he gives. Right? And he says, this diamond necklace cannot be seen by everybody, anybody, except your eternal master. Just repeating a little. Except your eternal master, nobody can see this diamond necklace. Who is the eternal master? Right? So Hanumanji wears the diamond necklace immediately. Up, he wears it. And it doesn't matter if it's appearing or not. For some others, it's a big problem. Everybody has to see the necklace. What is the point in wearing necklace? Nobody is seeing it. But Hanumanji is not a problem. That's okay. I'm wearing a necklace. Nobody needs to see it. So he finishes education. Then sun god instructs him. He has Guru Dakshina. So hey, verse 1. What Guru Dakshina can I pay you? You decide. Whatever Guru says, I'll give. So sun god says, you become a servant of one of my disciples. His name is Sugriva. He lives in Kishkinda. Go there. You become his servant. Actually, Hanumanji is more powerful and more knowledgeable than Sugriva. But he simply listens to the order of his Guru. Yes, Gurudev. So it's actually great instructive thing that, even though you might be so much knowledgeable, but the instruction of your Guru is the highest, because your Guru knows better what you will learn there. You can correlate not exactly, but a little of it, even in our Sampradaya. When Bhaktivinoda Thakur asks Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati to go and take initiation from Gaur Kishodas Babaji. Gaur Kishodas Babaji doesn't know any Vedas. He has never learned any Vedas. But he is a pure devotee of Krishna. He dwells in the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. He is completely connected to Krishna. Prema Bhakti. And on the other side, Bhakti Siddhanta is given the Surya Siddhanta knowledge. And the word Siddhanta is a title that is given to him. He is a king of astrology. And he is very knowledgeable. Not like nobody can come in front of him. That kind of knowledge he has. And when he was told by his own father, his father is Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he can initiate him directly. He said, no, you go to Gaur Kishodas. And Gaur Kishodas Babaji comes and learns from Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Just imagine a greatest renowned person coming to a Grahastha's house who has 10 children and is talking about Bhakti. Very highly transcendental. And Bhakti Siddhanta goes to Gaur Kishodas Babaji. It's a beautiful pastime. So I want to take initiation from you. Gaur Kishodas Babaji says, you are so knowledgeable. You are Bhakti Siddhanta. What knowledge I will give? Why do you want a person like me? I don't know anything. Go. I don't know anything. Just go from here. And he never allows anybody to come close by. Gaur Kishodas Babaji. He thinks that he actually feels that he is the most fallen. Nobody should come near me. He feels that if somebody comes, he'll get disturbed. His favorite place of chanting is where people go to stool. People go and toss stool beside the river. No? There he'll go and sit and he'll keep chanting. Why nobody will come there to disturb him? He'll sit down there and he'll keep chanting. Okay? People know that he's very advanced. Gaur Kishodas Babaji is very advanced. People know that. So they want to take him to their home. And once they go to their home, then their home will become very famous. Out of that fame, they can make name and fame everything. Gaur Kishodas Babaji doesn't want to go anybody's house. He always sits in some corner, some completely offbeat place where nobody goes. And the moment he sees a lot of people are coming, he go and sit at a place where everybody passes through. How long can you stand there? Just imagine. You know, Babaji, Babaji, he'll go. So nobody became his disciple. He never gave initiation to anybody. And he said, there is no question of me initiating. How can I initiate? But Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati says, if you're not going to initiate me, I will go and die in the Ganga. Simple. Either you initiate me or I'll go and die in the Ganga. He says, no, I'm not going to initiate. Go tell your father. There is no way I can initiate you. And actually he goes. Bhakti Siddhanta goes, gets into Ganga. Looking at that, that intensity of, he says, how can, my father told me, don't come to home if you don't take initiation from Gaurkishore. Don't come home. Your life is waste. If you can't get the shelter of a pure devotee, what is the point in your existence? What is the use of your knowledge? And that's what he says. What is the use of my Siddhanta? That is a burden on me. All that astrology, all that knowledge, the Veda, that is a burden on me if I don't get your shelter. Oh, Gurudev, please give me Prem Bhakti. I want that Prem Bhakti. And looking at the seriousness, then he understands, oh, he is a pure devotee. This Bimal Prasad, the son of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, is not an ordinary son. His name is Bimal Prasad. He is born. Then he gives initiation. Then he says, I'm going to give initiation to you. And then becomes Bhakti Siddhanta, what we know. He is a Simha Guru. At the same time, he has a soft heart of Gaurkishore Bhagavan. In the same way, Hanumanji also, he goes and stays with Sugriv. He's serving Sugriv, but he's far, far more advanced. And he calls himself and he immediately calls himself what? Servant of Sugriv. Lord Ram and Lakshman, they're in the forest, searching for Mother Sita. They come to Kishkinda Kshetra. And at that time, I think it is Bharadwaj Muni who advises them to go to Kishkinda Kshetra. I don't remember the exact Muni's name, but one of those great Munis. They are searching, and Sugriva is also very attentive in the mountains because he wants to make sure that his brother Vali is not sending any more messengers. He's literally scared. In that part of place only he stays. It doesn't go below that mountain, above that mountain. There only he stays. Because there is a curve that he cannot come there. So he's like, and then he sees these two individuals, and Sugriva says, oh, they seem to be some people in disguise. Immediately looks at Hanumanji and says, Hanumanji, why don't you go and check who they are? Just see what is going to happen. Who is going to meet now? Hanumanji disguises himself as Bhikshuk Sannyasi. There are different kinds of sannyasis. People who live in a temple, completely renounced. They also are a sannyasi. Bhikshuk sannyasi is somebody who just keeps begging and living. They don't have anything of their own. They don't have any plan of their food even next day morning. So he disguises himself as Bhikshuk sannyasi. And he goes in front of Ram and Lakshman. Ram and Lakshman are walking in the Kishkinda forest and like, who are you both? Looking so effulgent. Who are you both? Then Ram looks at Hanumanji. He is disguised. He has so many siddhis. He is disguised like a Bhikshuk sannyasi. Ram looks at him. You look to be a Bhikshuk sannyasi. Why are you wearing the diamond necklace? Hanumanji is awestruck. My master has come. My master has come. Completely shocked. Because nobody else knows the diamond necklace. Only his master can see. That was a boon, right? And which diamond necklace you're talking about? He says. This is a conversation in Valmiki Ramayana. Ram says, that diamond necklace that you're wearing. He understands. Done. Then immediately he removes his disguise and he comes back to his normal. Then he says, what are you both doing? Who are you? He says, I am the son of Dashrath. and we are on exile to a promise to my father, and my wife is kidnapped. She is not seen. I'm searching for her. Then Ram says, "Who are you?" Hanumanji does one mistake there. One big mistake he does there. And he says, "Who are you?" Hanumanji can nicely tell, right? I'm your servant. He already saw his master there. But because Surya Devata told him to be a servant of Sugriv, for that moment he forgets that. For that moment he only remembers his past instructions. I'm the servant of Sugriv, he says. The moment he says, I'm the servant of Sugriv, Lord Ram doesn't speak to him for the next 6 months. He says, okay, Lakshman, servant can speak to the servant. Go. Finish. He doesn't talk after that. And Hanuman regrets that mistake that he did for so many months until he goes to Lanka. And in Lanka, when he's tied, or rather he allows him to be tied in front of Ravan, and Ravan asks him, "Who are you?" I'm servant of Ram. No mistake now. I'm servant of Ram. Of this there is no doubt. Yes.
Lot of things I came to know today.
Huh?
Lot of things I came to know about Hanumanji today.
There's so many more things to know. Right? It's Dasara time, so maybe it's a different thing we are discussing. Is it okay?
Yes, Prabhu. I am unfortunate. I could not say. Yeah, I also couldn't hear.
You all heard it, so I don't know, Prabhuji. I don't know what you're feeling. Harshal Prabhu and Abhay Prabhu, is that okay?
Yes,
Maybe for some more time.
yes.
It's fresh in my mind, so a lot of things I didn't discuss there, but there's no time. Time in it. You can off it here. So, where was I? Yeah. Then Sugriv's.
Second time, no.
I'm servant of Sugriv.
Second time, no.
So we'll go back to the first time. Again, coming back to that place, Kishkinda. So Hanumanji looks at Lord Ram, and Lord Ram is not talking to him. Then Lakshman comes and says, "Yes, what do you want?" Say, "Yeah, what do you want? Who are both of you?" So we are here. This. Okay, we'll help you. Recently, some of our monkeys were on an expedition, and they found some jewels. I think we want to show it to you. Maybe it belongs to your wife. Ram is no discussion. See what he wants to see. Right? And then they all go to Sugriv, and Sugriv speaks to Ram, Lakshman. And then Sugriv says, "Keep a asan for Ram. Keep a asan for Ram." And then he sits on the next asan. And then Jambavant and few other ministers, they all sit in their asans. They don't offer an asan for Lakshman. Somehow he forgets, or etiquette, some issue is there. Right? Immediately Hanumanji recognizes that. Huh? How come Lakshmanji is not being given asan? You know what is asan of a monkey, right? Some branch. So they bring some branch and they keep it like that, and they're made to sit here and there. Immediately Hanumanji brings a whole tree, which is a very beautiful tree. He pulls it this side, he makes the asan and says, "Lakshmanji, please sit here." As soon as Lord Ram looks at it, Valmiki explains that very moment, Ram says to his heart, says to Lakshman, he'll be my messenger going to Sita. He has the greatest qualities. He is very knowledgeable in Vedas. Otherwise, nobody would do what he has done here. The way he's speaking, the way he's conducting himself, he's not an ordinary person. Lakshman, he will be a messenger who will go and speak to Sita. Hanumanji is calm. And then finally, you know what happens, like, they wait for the rainy season to get over. And then Sugriv forgets what his promise, or pretends to he has forgotten. And Lakshman and Ram is very angry. He told that he will help us in searching Sita. And Sugriv is not acting upon it. He tells Lakshman, Of all the people, it is Lakshman. Lakshman's immediately like, you want me to kill him? I never told you to kill him. I told, go talk to him that he has given a promise. He has to, if he doesn't react, then we have to act on it because we waited for him. And what was that? And then they decide to make a whole army, right? The whole army. So they go on search actually. They go on search of Sita. 4 directions, 4 ministers are sent. Right? So one of the party is Hanumanji and it is led by Jambavan. No, not led by Jambavan. What is the other his son's name? Angad and Wali's son. Actually, Wali is all gone. I'm passing through the past and I'm not focusing on Hanumanji today. So he goes along with that party and they search, they don't see. They don't see. And finally they see this bird, Jatayu, who is telling that this is the direction in which they went. And they search, they don't find. At one point, Hanumanji gets into depression. See, that's what happens when we're not able to find, we're not able to serve our guru. Then he gets into depression. He starts thinking, hey, what happened? Maybe Ravana has killed Sita. He starts thinking, maybe Ravana has killed Sita. No, what? How can we go and tell? Whole army will laugh. First of all, whole Vanar Sena will laugh at us that we could not find Sita. If we go back now. Should we go back or should we not go back? We could not find Sita. Should we go back and tell Sugriv that we have not found Sita or should we stay here? If we go back, the whole Vanar Sena will laugh at us. We'll go into depression. Then they get a doubt. In depression, we also get doubts. First stage is depression. Second is doubt. Maybe Sita is already killed. Now the doubt will turn into fear. And the fear comes. If Sita is killed, and if we go and tell Ram, Hanuman is thinking, if we go and tell Ram now, Ram will commit suicide. His wife is not there. If Ram commits suicide, Lakshman will commit suicide. If Lakshman commits suicide, Sugriv will commit suicide. If Sugriv will commit suicide, all Vanar will commit suicide. All Vanar, I will have to commit suicide. Ayyo. He's completely joined all that fear into one place. Right? It's a beautiful passage, explanation of Valmiki, how Hanumanji and everybody is thinking whether to go back or oh Krishna. Acharya Prabhu ki jai. Prabhuji can take rest over. Parth? Another? I'll just come. Great. So, I don't know where I was. Suicide. So ultimately fear comes out, right? Radheshyam Prabhu gave a beautiful definition of fear. I don't know if it is Radheshyam Prabhu's definition or definition, actually the word definition itself. Fear means false evidence appears real. False evidence appears real. It's false evidence, either did not die. it appears real. So they'll commit suicide. So Hanumanji is completely perplexed. At that time, there is a need now. Now they know that Jatayu told that is the direction in which Lanka is, or rather Ravan took Sita. So he has to go now. At that time the jump has to happen. Right? Who is going to jump and go there and find out Sita and come back? So the whole discussion starts happening. And there is beautiful passages in Kishkinda Kanda of Valmiki Ramayana where all the monkeys are discussing one by one. Angad tells, see, I can jump, but I think I can only go half. And some other monkey says, I can jump, but I don't know where I'll fall. Okay? And another monkey says, different discussions going on. At one point, Jambavan says, I actually can jump, and there was a time when I jumped and made 4 circumambulations of the entire universe. When Vamandev lifted the feet, Jambavan wanted to circumambulate his feet. And he actually went and circumambulated the entire universe 4 times. And Jambavan says, I could do that at that time, but now I'm retired. I'm not sure till what extent I'll go. And another monkey says, don't worry, I'll go. But I have a doubt. I don't know whether I can come back. All discussions will be going on. At that time, Jambavan looks at Hanumanji. Say, Hanumanji, do you remember? You jumped 300 yojanas. What is this? Nothing. You jumped 300. Hanumanji says, really? And in the curse of that Munis, one of the factors they say how the curse will get relieved also. They say, when you use those powers for the greatest purpose, you will get back all the powers. And the greatest purpose is bringing together Sita and Ram, bringing together Radha and Krishna. Right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that is the purpose. And immediately as soon as that purpose is established and they want to serve, Hanuman remembers everything. And he says, Hanumanji, you can jump. And you can jump in such an amazing way. You'll directly go there. And by the way, nobody can defeat you, Hanumanji. Don't you know? Hanumanji starts remembering. And as Hanumanji starts remembering, his size starts becoming bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Huge. And all the monkeys are looking at him. And that Parvat is called Mahindra Parvat. Even now it is there. Right? No, he becomes so big. And then in that very mood, Hanumanji says, I'm going to jump. Right? And as soon as he jumps, he tells everybody, now everybody go far. Because the amount of pressure I'm going to put and jump, the whole earth will move. Because so much is the pressure I'll put, and that is a jump that will take him directly. Right? So he jumps. And it's explained all the trees and rocks were flying in the air. Mahindra Parvat was torn apart. All the monkeys were flying in the air. Of course, they're very happy. Our Hanumanji is going. Yes, he's going. Our representative is going. And he goes. Zoom, he goes, into the air. And then he's going towards Lanka. Today, while giving the seminar, I was asking how many doubts we all will get to do that service. If you are asked to jump from the Tamil Nadu border, what all doubts will get? I don't have prior experience. I don't know swimming. Huh? Where is my check-in, check-out in Lanka? Right? Mera room booked nahi hai. What currency they use there? Who will come and pick me up at the airport? So many doubts we'll have, na? Many more doubts actually. See, crooked mind like me, I added few more doubts there. See, Jatayu told this direction, Ravan took Sita. What if it is, Jatayu was a little bit in pain and instead of showing here, he showed here. Instead of going there, I'm going here. This way I'll go to Australia. Forget about Lanka. Right? So what would have happened? Right? It's a big problem. And what if He showed the right direction. What if Jatayu showed the right direction, but Ravan went till there and took a right. Where is Lanka? Where am I going? Right? And biggest, more than all of this, what if Sita doesn't recognize me? After going there, he says, "Oh, what is this monkey? Chat, go. What is my situation?" And by the way, I don't know the powers of Ravan. I don't know the power. He might even kill me. So many doubts, right? We'll have. Hanumanji cleared all the doubts by chanting one mantra. Jai Shri Ram!
Jai Shri Ram!
राखे कृष्ण मारे कोई मारे कृष्ण राखे भाड़ में गए जो करना है मैं जा रहा हूं लंका आई एम ऑन लंका टूर नो right he jumps and the first obstacle that he gets is Mainaka Parvat. Mainaka Parvat actually is a devotee of Ram. Mainaka Parvat is a devotee of Ram and he is a friend of Vayudev and also his friend of his father, Kesari. Hanuman is Kesari Nandan. So there is this father, Kesari. So he is so nice to Hanuman. He says, Hanumanji, I know you're going. Why don't you just take a break? I know you're going in the right direction. Don't worry. But just take a break. Relax. We have a clubhouse. We have a park. We have so many things. Take bath. We have so many dishes. Monkeys like to eat. There's so many things on the mountain. Just sit down, eat. So Acharyas explain that Mainaka Parvat represents sense gratification. Right? And the threat is we might lose focus in our devotional life. Our sadhana is the threat. Sadhana is the threat. Right? And another problem is he appears to be a devotee also. Right? So just see, even sitting in the satsang, we might be sitting beside a devotee who is taking spiritual life very easily. What can he do to you? Sarvanashanam. Period. Sarvanashanam. Yeah. Right? You might become very less serious in devotional life. Like Prabhuji is saying, Prabhuji, next take us 64 rounds. Prabhuji is good. I go to Karadan. And immediately demotivating. Right? We do book distribution. Who will read Prabhu? No need. Right? Immediately demotivating. Right? Let's all start a Bhagavatam circle. You can a circle. No more circles. Right? So demotivating devotees in the satsang. Or you not just relax. Right? In Avid's temple, there is food mela. The children will go. పిల్లల కోసం నేను కూడా పోతా నా కోసమే పోతాను ఎందుకు ఉంటుంది చెప్పు నా కోసమే పోతా అది చెప్పరు పిల్లల కోసం రిలాక్స్ జస్ట్ రిలాక్స్ అరే సో మచ్ డివోషన్ యాత్ర చిల్ అవుట్ నా గో టు సమ్ అదర్ ప్లేస్ వై టు గో టు టెంపుల్ అండి ఇది బాగుంది so many things now. There are Mainaka Parvats. There are all Mainaka Parvats in 20th century. In the satsang. 21st century. Yes. Mainaka Parvats. Right? So what Hanumanji does? He wants to honor his father's friend. He wants to honor a devotee. At the same time, he doesn't want to associate. Touches and goes. So there is touches, thank you, and he goes. You should have stayed. I stayed. I stayed for the fraction of a second. I did my promise. So Mainaka Parvat thinks, oh, so focused. Spiritual life means focus. Vyavasaya Atmika Buddhi. Bhaushaka Nandacha. Buddhira Vyavasaya. Perfectly focused. Without any deviation. Rishikena, Rishikesha Sevanam, Vartiruschate. Sarvopadi Vinumuktam. Jnanakadam Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Vartiruschate. Certificate rally and the good soon. Certificate is any much. Bhakti Shastra certificate. So he jumps and then he's continuing. And the next demon comes in front of him. What is the next demon's name? There is one Surasa and Simika is the last. Simika. Simika is the one who opens the mouth or pulls the shadow. Surasa is the one who pulls the shadow.
No.
Yeah.
Surasa is the one that opens and
Yeah.
Indika is the one
Correct. So Surasa.
that comes to the-
Surasa comes. Now Surasa comes and she gets a boon from Brahma. Hey, Brahma is all the time giving boons only. I don't know why he gives so many boons everywhere. So he gives a boon to her also. That whoever has to pass through her has to pass through her mouth. Then only he can go. Otherwise, he is not allowed to go. He cannot go. Even if he wants to go, if Surasa is there, he has to oblige to her request, pass through her mouth, then only he can go. Big condition. And she represents ego. That you have to pass through me only. And the direct answer to ego is humility. Right? And the threat is it can spoil your devotion. Ego can spoil your devotion. Pride can spoil your devotion. So Hanumanji immediately he says, okay, so what is the big deal now? Huh? Cross through my mouth. See how powerful I am. Hanumanji is okay. I am also powerful. He grows this much. You are growing, I'll also grow this much. You are growing, I'll also grow this much. Competitive spirit. Ego resulting into competitive spirit. Acharya is explaining, she puts competitive spirit. And what competitive spirit does, it spoils her devotion. The only answer to competitive spirit, Acharya is explaining, is humility. When you become humble, nobody can compete with you. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Prabhu 64 ho gaya. Hare Krishna. Prabhu mera 4 ho gaya. What will he compete? Aap chalte raho. Isn't it? For everything we start, the competitive spirit is there in all of us. And when you bring that into satsang, it spoils our devotion. Completely spoils our devotion. We did not come here to compete. Kitne log compete karne ko hai bata? Nobody came here to compete, but now we are competing. Somebody was asking, Prabhuji, how many Bhagavatams you did? We did. He said, 299. How many he did? He did. How many he did? No, but I want to know how many he did. Why? I want to do one more thing. Usse zyada ek karne ka. Competitive spirit. The whole spirit of distributing Bhagavatam is what? Serving Prabhupada. It doesn't matter whether you did one or whether you did 100. Have you participated or not is the question. Our acharyas, they don't look at, really, I've seen great acharyas, they don't look at how many you have done. They look at how many have done. It's not how many you have done, how many have actually done. Meaning, how many in the satsang have participated. Right? If in our satsang, we distributed 300, but 80 of them have participated, it's a great success. But we distributed 300, only 2 people did 2 or 300, that's nonsense. That is not a satsang. That's not a satsang. So the competitive spirit kills. So Surasa is invoking the competitive spirit in Hanuman. And Hanuman is very intelligent. So you want competitive spirit? Tell. I'll also become big, you also become big. Tak. Both of them become so big, they can be seen from the universe. They become so big, and Hanuman invokes the greatest mantra of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Sahishmana, Amananiya Manatena, Kirtane. It becomes this small, like a small fly. He goes into the huge mouth of Surasa and just comes out. And Surasa immediately pays her obeisance. You are a devotee. Definitely you are going to achieve. She actually blesses Hanumanji that you are going to achieve what you are going for. I bless you and I pray for you. Look at the greatness of Hanumanji. He is getting blessings of even a demon. Right? And then Hanumanji goes next.
Going through.
She's a demoness. She is ready to kill.
The intention was to
Yes.
kill and eat only.
Yes, of course. Of course. But when anybody tries to cross her, sometimes she'll eat him. But Hanumanji humbles with his humility. He not only crosses that, but also wins her heart. Now the third one is the most dangerous, Simhika. Envy. Envy is very dangerous. There is no answer for envy but to smash it. There is no other answer for envy. What is her envy? She cannot see anybody flying higher than her. She's in the ocean and Hanuman is flying. He's flying high. A devotee is more making progress. Pull him down. Because as soon as she sees somebody going high, she starts seeing faults in him. Right? Expert. Simhika represents, Acharya explained, Simhika represents expertise in seeing faults in others. And the people who see faults in others are the most envious people on the planet. Extremely. There is no fault to be seen in Hanuman. Can you imagine? Hanuman is going to serve Ram, Sita. She sees fault in him also. And actually the same tendency we all have right inside us. And that is the reason we are in the material world today. Don't think I'm not a Roji, nakem fault line cannot be Roji. Mari ikkada em chestunnav? Ostai, right? Ostai. Matter of time. We will see faults in others. But is it wrong to see faults in others? Or are you saying that there are no faults in others? There are faults in others. Right? There are faults in others. So you are seeing faults. So what is wrong?
You are taking the responsibility to correct things. You can.
Report. That is the point. Are you taking responsibility to correct that fault? If you are seeing a problem in satsang and you are considering that problem converting that problem into a service, then it is seva. It is not seeing faults. But if you are seeing that fault and going and telling 10 people about that fault, just to make it a point that you have your case strong, then that is envy. Right? And envy can kill a satsang. Envy is so dangerous. And the reason we are in the material world, we became envious of Krishna. And Krishna had no other choice but to send us out. Because he can handle anything, but envy he can't handle. Envy is, comparison, jealousy, anger converting into hate put into action is envy. You're acting on the hate now. I hate this person. Till then it is okay. Right? Now I'm converting that hate into a plan. That is envy. Meaning you can't sit quiet. An envious person will not sit quiet. He cannot sit quiet. Constantly he'll be planning how to bring that fellow down. How to destroy that person. You know what I'm saying? Constantly. That's a big disturbance anywhere you are. And that's what Simhika did. As soon as she saw Hanumanji flying high, she immediately caught his shadow. His shadow is nothing but seeing faults in him. Caught that shadow and that she pulled it down. See, we all go to a satsang to make spiritual progress. Your Siksha Guru or any Guru whom you are considering a Siksha Guru, he's doing so many sacrifices for you to make progress. Everybody is making sacrifices in the parampara for others to grow. If you're envious, you will not see those sacrifices. You'll only see faults. You'll only see faults. Right? One person, he was coming to our satsang some time back. And he used to go to some other satsang. And that Prabhuji is so really nice to take care. Very nice satsang. He's a beautiful devotee. Now they're not in Hyderabad. He used to conduct and he used to go there. For a few weeks, he could not conduct the satsang. He stopped. And that time, he also started coming here. Then my, habit is always to make a PowerPoint. because my brain doesn't work without a PowerPoint. All the points have to be there everywhere. That's my weakness, what to do. And that devotee felt that PowerPoint preaching is the best preaching. Actually, PowerPoint preaching is the worst preaching. Because I'm limiting my, I'm not allowing the Paramatma to speak. I'm completely limiting it to what I think is great in that PowerPoint. Many things. Great sannyasis, they don't use PowerPoint. Have you seen Jayapataka Maharaj using PowerPoint in India? Radhanath Swami Maharaj using PowerPoint and Lokanath Swami? No using the PowerPoint. They just speak. Krishna speaks through them. Microsoft speaks through me. That is the difference. Anyway, so the devotee came there. He was looking at the PowerPoint. He went, oh, PowerPoint, PowerPoint. Then he went to that devotee back to that satsang. And he started telling that devotee, you don't know how to preach. You should go and talk to Lilananda. He's creating PowerPoints. That poor devotee was, he is a good friend to me. He is a disciple of Jayapataka Maharaj actually. He called me. Prabhu, can you share that PowerPoints what you have? I said, oh, why do you need that PowerPoints? You're so humble, like he said. So Prabhu, I think I want to learn how to distribute knowledge through PowerPoint. Something is wrong. I used to speak to him one. So he even told you PowerPoint. Then he told, no, Prabhuji, actually, that Prabhuji, he came back and he's going on telling me that we should use PowerPoint. Said Prabhuji, we can do PowerPoint. No need of any PowerPoint. You go ahead and preach the way you are preaching. Unnecessarily, no, Prabhuji is not stopping only. The other day, he stopped my satsang in between and said, without PowerPoint, it's not good. His point is very powerful. But then, over a period of time, they understood. Actually, he was very envious of his Shiksha. And he was trying to find faults. He was not seeing what all sacrifices is going to do. He wanted to make it a point. Then he tried to divide the satsang. He created his own satsang. Nobody went to that satsang. The envy house, who will go into envy house? Nobody will. Anyway, so these are some small incidents. We should be very careful about envy and how it enters into us, how we convert that into action, especially seeing faults in others. If you sit and see faults in me, how many faults can you find? Thousands of faults you can find. If you come at 5:30, you will not find any faults. You come at 4:30, you'll see so many faults in you. That is the real Lilananda in action in the home. Shouting at his parents, shouting at the children, wife is shouting, he is shouting. As soon as you come, oh, Gyan, that avatar is different. Again, that's why I said, never stay in a devotee's house. You leave devotion. Practicing devotees are very dangerous. But you will see faults. You will see faults. Faults are there. But what is our focus here? What is our focus here? See, we all repeat philosophy. Sometimes we may not be able to follow it. Our job here is to repeat it. So one day we'll follow it. You will get your process. Fake it. One day you'll make it. At least fake it. Another correct.
They call it imposter syndrome in the material world.
Imposter syndrome.
They pretend like how you want to be.
No.
And
You're not that.
And one day actually probabilities are more.
Yes. Yes. Married life, just become silent. Silent. Pretend that you are silent. And one day you'll actually become silent. I don't know what you told this.
One day you'll violate.
Hare Krishna.
The pent-up emotions.
Yeah. So basically, what was I saying? Sibika. So he pulls him down and so badly that, and then she wants to eat him. She wants to kill him. Envy means kill. There is no other thinking. Kill. Envious person cannot be stopped. You better avoid him. If you see that somebody is envious of you, you are in big trouble. Avoid him.
envy is one among the 6 anandhas, right? But actually, it is said that any other anandha Krishna can accept, including envy, but not pride.
Pride is like, there is no hope on you. Envy, there is still a way of, that's what Krishna is doing now, right? Right now, we are all envious in the material world. He's sending acharyas to convert that envy into love. Some action is being taken. But pride, a person with pride will not allow Krishna to act only. He'll not allow Krishna to act. Pride means khatam. Actually, pride is the first step of fall down. Acharyas explain, your fall down starts with pride. And it's so subtle, huh? Like, Prabhuji has asked me to take class, for example, I've taken a very good class. Why is nobody calling me? Right? Why Prabhuji also is not calling me? What is happening after the class? My class. Then next class. When is the next class scheduled? Right? So it's very subtle where the pride will go inside. That I am doing something great. Then somebody else is giving class. I don't think he should be allowed to give class. See how I gave. My preparation was so good, he's not even preparing. I think I'll tell Prabhuji that he should also prepare like me. Right? And then my presentation is better than his. My this is this, my that is that, my that is this. You're actually dwelling into the pride, and then what happens? Finally, pride will ultimately lead you to see faults in others. And the moment you see faults in others, it's over. You become envious. You start pulling that person down. Prabhu, you can do everything before you become envy. But once you become envy, then only Krishna can save you. He can save you. Stop it at that pride level itself. Always remain humble. Once, Radhesham Prabhu gave a beautiful example. He asked one of his devotees in Pune to give a class. One of the disciples, not his disciple, I mean to say, devotee in the. He was very junior. He had very good presentation skills. Really, marketing presentation skills. He made a Khatana presentation. Slide coming from here, there, this, that, everything nice. And he gave Bhagavatam class, and Radhesham Prabhu has preached the Siksha Guru. Radhesham Prabhu is sitting there. And by the way, Radhesham Prabhu even more humble by doing what? He pulls a notebook and says, right, start notes what it is. That is like torture on the, what is this? After tell, these are all your faults, it's okay. But as if you're going to tell something that is worthwhile. So you're sitting there so after the whole class got over, the devotee came to Radhesham Prabhu and said, Prabhuji, I want your help. So what is it? What is help you want? Prabhuji, how should everybody clapped Prabhuji after the class. And I'm feeling so proud. But I want the pride to go away. He was very sincere in telling that. But he said, I'm feeling very proud. Then Radhesham Prabhu said, okay, sit down. Then Radhesham Prabhu said, who is that Siksha Guru? You think you know more than your Siksha Guru? He told you everything, you put everything into presentation. You really think you know more than your Siksha Guru? No, that's the reason. No. You don't know, right? And who is your Siksha Guru? And who is your Diksha Guru? You think your Diksha Guru knows less than, what you know? No. Who is your Diksha Guru's Guru? Prabhupada? You think you know more than Prabhupada? You actually have read the philosophy in such a way that Prabhupada could not present. Huh? So you have found something that fellow is like. Then you think Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada could not tell what you have told today? Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada has heard from Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, Prema Bhakti Sutra, and his Guru, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He could not present what he presented today. That fellow was crushed. No. Bhakti Siddhanta, right, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur, all the way to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and then pulled it to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then took it to Vyasdev. I think Vyasdev should be proud of your presentation today. I'm gone. No need. Finish. And Prabhuji was telling that was needed for him. He was a new boy, pumped up, but sometimes that is needed. That ego has to be sliced, simply removed. Otherwise, he'll not. That will actually, if you don't do that, then slowly that will result into anarthas. And Prabhuji could see he is very proud of his skill, but the skill he is employing in Krishna service, but he's still focusing on the skill, not on Krishna. Right? So it can result in. So that's a problem. Right? So Simika is pulled down and she is killed. And so Simika puts Hanumanji down and Hanumanji enters into her mouth and simply expands and breaks her into pieces. Completely broken into pieces. Envy has no other way but to smash it out. Kama esha, krodha esha, rajoguno samudra. What is the next two lines? Mahapapma. Yeah, something like that. Not, it was not part of Bhakti Shastri. Still Matri knows. Kama esha, krodha esha, rajoguno samudra. Yes. Yes, thank you, Madhu. Yes. And there are the two gates to hell. What are the two gates to hell?
Anger and greed.
Two gates or three gates?
Three gates. Anger and greed.
Kama, Krodha, Tatha, Lobha.
Radhesham calls it as a lag. Anger and greed.
Who calls?
Radhesham. Lag.
I could not hear the Prabhu there. It happened, once what happened, I was writing a mail with somebody else and Ayashan was also there. And that other person replied to that mail and immediately wrote, "Hey Radhesham, I think you wrote like this." And I was the third person in that mail. Did you write? Because normally in our ISKCON language, you never do that. His Grace, there is a standard template. Your Grace, please accept humble obeisance. All that will come and your servant will come. Compulsory. I would suggest stop using the shortcuts in our initial days of satsangs, initial days of spiritual life. YS, your servant, or PAMO, AGT. Let's not do that. And actually, once my Siksha Guru, Yogi Shapra was telling, that telling, please accept my humble obeisance is better than Dandavatan. It actually invokes word by word. Please accept my humble obeisances. Dandavatan. No. You can't tell that like that. So everybody has a different, I'm not telling that is wrong or right, but see how the different devotees look at it, right? Some people really focus on the small things also. Very important, right? So anyway, so Simika is killed. And then Hanumanji is all the way going towards Lanka. He lands in Lanka. Haribo, he lands in Lanka. Right? As soon as he lands, one lady comes. Her name is Lankini. Lankini represents attachment. Attachment and pride. Attachment and pride. Lankini, she represents. She is very attached to what she has. Everything. Very attached. Right? And she is very proud for what she is. She also got one boon from. Yeah. Tells her that, yeah. No, but she has a boon that she can stop anybody from entering Lanka. As part of that, he also says that the day a monkey will come and slap you, that is the day Lanka's downfall will start. But she gets a boon that nobody can enter. And that is the reason Ravan specifically keeps her at the border. She is the right person there. Nobody can cross Lankini. And when Ravan gets to know that somebody has crossed Lankini, he actually gets the first indication. Oh yeah, something is going to happen. Nobody can cross Lankini. He has that specific power. And she represents her attachment. And she also represents all the secular people of today's India, who will not allow any good project to go forward. Any good project. Completely attached to their philosophy, completely thinking like, this is what I feel. They are, Acharyas explain, Lankini is the obstacle in Lankini is the obstacle in preaching. Whenever you want to preach, Lankinis will come in the front. You cannot do it. So whenever you see a next Lankini, understand that Lankini. Lankini. Pisacham. So Lankini represents that. So she stops, and what is Hanumanji's reaction for that? There's no thinking on it. Hard to use one. Just imagine Hanumanji's slap. How it will be. He jumped Mahindra Parvat, went upside down.
Women should not. No, he asked permission from me.
No, he first says, I want to go inside. Right? Actually, he becomes a small cat. Hanumanji transforms small cat and he keeps going on the wall here and there. She stops and she comes there with full force. You cannot enter. I'm going to serve my Lord Ram. You cannot enter. I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to do something for the service of Lord. You cannot do it. What about Islam? What about Christianity? You cannot do satsang. You cannot religious thing. Will not allow in the community. We are all secular Lankinis. What is the answer for that? Right? Now, in Krishi society, we have formed a team. Directed. We can teach how to troll now. One fellow comes in the community and says, why this? What I put it? Finish. Finish. Tack. What do you know about religion? You want to speak about Nishloka? Come to the park. I'm coming down. Huh? Why are you suggesting? Have you done? What is the next community program you have done? What community programs have you done in the past? What experience do you have? If you don't want to contribute, why are you speaking? Now, what did you tell? Because I'm not. Hard to understand. That's what Hanumanji did. One slap, Lankini immediately became a devotee. You saw that somebody made that cartoon movie, right? That you saw that dubbed. Somebody sent how many rounds you're chanting. Somebody made that. It was so good. I mean, sorry to take it in the right spirit. He goes and asks, how many rounds you're chanting? 4. What? You can roll this good. None rounds. Huh? What? It is 16 rounds. So many years your Shiksha is telling you, become 16. You're not going to 16. What? Okay, I'll do it. They dubbed some English movie into. Yes. Somebody would have planned it for his satsang only. It became international video. Anyway, so Lankini is brought down like that. And then Hanumanji enters the Lanka, and then he goes into Lanka, and then he's searching for Sita. He doesn't know who is Sita. Problem is he doesn't know. And it is explained that he first sees Mandodari. Actually, first sees Mandodari. No, Mandodari is a very beautiful, very beautiful lady. She gets almost the looks of Parvati. Almost the looks of Parvati. Parvati blesses her. Because Mr. Ravan, he goes to Lord Shiva and he says, I want to enjoy that woman. And that woman that he's seeing is actually Parvati. Lord Shiva doesn't look that same. He says, Tadastu. Well, that's what he wants, that's what he get. But he doesn't say, go and take my wife. He never says that. Who will say that? But one idiot preacher is there. He is going and telling the whole world that Lord Shiva told you can take my wife. Can you imagine? Right? That is also selling today. And he has a big Shiva anyway. So point is, so he gets married to Mandodari. Actually, Parvati, she orders a frog to become a woman, and the frog becomes Mandodari. That's the reason she's Mandodari. frog's body, converts into a beautiful woman. And but she's very beautiful. So Hanumanji sees Mandodari and says, is she Sita? But she's so nicely decorated, she's very happy and walking. No, it cannot be her. And then in that search, he goes to a room where he sees Ravan sleeping. And Ravan is sleeping, and around him there are this women, so many women sleeping around him. And he actually, Acharya explained, he looks at Ravan. For a moment, he looks at Ravan and he feels how attractive this fellow is. How attractive this fellow is. But then within his heart, he feels how unfortunate this fellow is. Right? Getting a good body is a blessing. How many of you know that? Getting a good body, whatever you have, complexion you call it, features you call it, is a blessing. It's something that comes to you from your past life karma. But what are you doing with it? If you completely ruin that opportunity, the next life you will be like, you can see so many people are different featured and all that. Though they all feel they're the most beautiful, but that's the ego part, but there is a different thing. So Mandodari is like that, and still Ravan wanted to go for Sita. And Ravan is so, such a masculine and such a great king. Everything Ravan did right except that one incident of kidnapping Sita. They say that. Ravan was not supposed to be, punished that way, except for taking Sita. So anyway, so he looks at Ravan, he says, oh my God. Then he goes out, and then the whole Sundara Kanda, remaining. By the way, how many of you know why Sundara Kanda is named as Sundara Kanda? Right? It's a beautiful pastime. Valmiki Muni, he is writing Ramayana, and he gets attracted to this part of Ramayana so much that this person, Hanuman, the moment he jumps, the entire Ramayana becomes so sweet. Till then, the sweetness is somewhere lacking. It becomes so sweet. I want to name this. So there are different kandas, right? Kishkinda Kanda, Sundara Kanda. Then he comes to this Sundara Kanda. I want to name this. I want to name this. And he goes to Hanumanji and says, Hanumanji, can I name it Hanuman Kanda? Hanuman says, you are writing Ramayana. You are writing my master's story. How can you write my name in that? Huh? I am his Das. How can you write my name in that? No, you cannot write my name. Don't even think of writing my name. Then, but Valmiki Muni is not satisfied. Come on, I have to write something. And it has to be you, because you are the prime person. From the time you jumped and you came back, you are the main person. So I have to write about you. Then he goes to his mother, Anjana Devi. He says, can you tell some name that I can keep for your son's deeds, for what he has done? Anjana Devi says, you can put any name that you want. For me, he is my Sundar. For me, he is always my Sundar. As soon as Hanuman takes birth, his mother names him Sundar. He's so beautiful. He just names him Sundar. And one more thing is that in the Sundarakand portion, Hanumanji describes the glories of Ram, who is the most Sundar. He sits on the tree and he chants about Ram's pastimes. Right? So many times so that makes Valmiki feel, I think this is the best name. Sundar chanting the pastimes of Sundar. This has to be Sundarakand. So he names it the whole Kanda as Sundarakand, right? Part of Ramayana. So Hanumanji goes to the Ashoka Vatika, and many of us know how he sees Sita being tortured by Hanuman. Sorry, by Ravan. Ravan comes and threatens her to death this time. And this time she says, no, I'm going to commit suicide. I'm done. I'm not going to live anymore. And as soon as Hanuman hears it, he becomes, my God, this is Sita. He recognizes Sita. This is Sita. And she's going to commit suicide. I have to stop her now. And immediately, as soon as Ravan goes, he sits on the tree and he starts singing Ramayana. Ram Katha. Beautifully he starts singing. And Hanumanji singing is not ordinary singing. He sings very sweet, very sweet. Actually, there is a pastime between Narad Muni and Hanuman. Once Hanumanji goes to Narad Muni and says, "You are the greatest musician. Why don't you teach me music?" Narad Muni says, "Okay, I can teach you music. What do you want to learn?" "I want to learn singing. I want to learn instruments." What is it? Tere ke tha. Right? So he says, "I want to learn." And Narad Muni says, "Oh, you are such a devotee. You want to use that music to please Ram? Yeah, I'll teach you." Then he teaches a little bit and says, "Hanumanji, can you sing?" As soon as Hanumanji starts singing in Kishkinda, that place, all the stones start melting. All the stones start melting. And even Narad Muni, hearing his, see, it's not, don't think it's voice, it's love in that voice. When he chants Ram's name, it's love in that voice. And his veena falls from his hand. Narad Muni is holding that veena, half it falls down. And it falls into a melted stone. Stone is melted, it falls into the melted stone. And Hanumanji stops singing, immediately the stone becomes stone. Then he wants to pick up that veena, it's stuck into the stone. Hanumanji, my veena is inside the stone. What can I do? No, you sing again. If you sing again, it will melt, so I can pull it off. I'm not going to sing again. Huh? Hanumanji, please. This is the only instrument I have. This is my daily business. I have to go around with it. My veena is stuck. Please help me get it. No, I'm not going to sing. Then he starts running. And Narad Muni is running me. Hey, Hanumanji, please come on. One song, please. Sing. My veena will come out. No, I'm not going to sing. He goes around, the entire Kishkinda runs around. And then finally it comes to a point where they started, he comes to the same point. And he says, "Okay, I'm going to sing now." He starts singing Lord Ram's names, and suddenly the whole stone will melt, his veena will come out. And then Narad Muni says, "If you wanted to do that in the same spot, you could have done that before. Why did you make me run like that?" Then Hanumanji says, "Because I wanted the pure devotee's dust from the feet fall in all of Kishkinda. That's why I made you run." That's the glory of a devotee like Hanuman, glorifying another great devotee like Narad Muni. Right? So he starts singing, and just imagine the devotion in that song that Sita immediately recognizes. He is a devotee. He's not a fake. He's not some Rakshashi who has changed her form like a monkey and singing or anything. And then Hanumanji comes and he speaks to Mother Sita. He says, "Amma, let's go. My master is waiting for you. Let's go." And Sita looks at Hanuman and says, "You look like a monkey. How can you take me?" Then Hanuman says, "Wait, you don't know what all I can do. I have so many things." Boom, it becomes so big. He said, "See, I can easily take you." Their acharyas say one thing. Looking at that pastime, they say, use your skills in Krishna consciousness, don't hide them in the name of humility or false humility. That false humility is actually arrogance. If you have any skill, drawing skill, speaking skill, reading skill, use it in the service of Krishna. When your guru says, "Do it," don't. "Prabhuji, mere ko kya? Tera bahut aata hai." Do it. The doing is actually real humility. And Prabhupada made everybody do like that only. And these disciples are great because they did not stop in the name of humility. They did everything with their skills. So immediately Hanumanji becomes so big and says, "Okay, I can take you now." Then Sita says, "You can take me, but the problem is you have this monkey mind. You will keep me on your shoulder and then you'll jump around. I'll fall." See, there is no seatbelt system there. Just sit there. And you're going to jump here and there. You're not going to go straight. Then one says, "No. I will hold you." Then Mother Sita says, "But the problem is, you are a Parapurusha. How can you hold me?" "You cannot hold me." Hanumanji falls at him. "Amma, I'm your son. How can you call me Parapurusha?" And by the way, even if you fall, where will you fall? You will fall on earth, and earth is you only. You are Bhumata. You are the source of all Bhumata. Right? Bhudevi. How can you feel like that? And then Sitama looks at him and says, "Actually, Hanumanji, that is not the reason. That is not the reason. The reason why I was telling I'll not come with you is because if you take me, what about the glory of my husband? How will the Ramayana be? Ram went on exile, Ravana came and kidnapped me, and Hanuman went and brought me back. What is the point in the whole thing? I want my husband to come. I want my husband to come and let my husband take me from here. But I'm putting a condition. What is that condition? 30 days la ganaka raledani ee Swami. Kade suicide cheskuntaru. Cheppu. 30 days if you don't come, I'm going to commit suicide here. Hanuman is like, my God, my clock starts ticking now. Right? He has to immediately go. He has to go to Ram. First, he has to go to the border, tell Jambavan whatever happened. Then together they have to go to Kishkinda. Then inform them. So immediately he starts. Okay, now I'm going to go. But see that monkey nature will not go now. He has to do some nonsense there. He has to do some disturbance there. Then only he'll feel nice. He goes out of the Ashoka Vatika and then he starts jumping here and there. He starts throwing the trees here and there. Greatest warriors of Lanka, they come to stop him and Hanumanji kills them. And then the news goes to Ravan. Ravan is like, who is killed? Who is killed here? You're telling that warrior is killed? This warrior is killed? What are you speaking? Who has come? I don't know, some monkey has killed? What are you speaking? Right? Actually, Ravan gets scared because those warriors, I forgot the names. Somebody can, I don't know. Ravana's son, actually. Yeah. Later on, he comes, right? At the last, Meghnad comes. And there also, Meghnad comes to capture, Hanuman. But Hanuman doesn't get captured because of Meghnad. He said, okay, let me go. To respect Brahma, let me. And he also wants to see Ravan. He said, let me go to his darbar. Right? Anyway, so beautiful pastime. So he goes there, then he scares Ravan. What is the definition he gives? Ravan asks, who are you? He says, I'm one among billions of monkeys, one among the billions of monkeys of the Ram has. So imagine Ravan's situation, what is going on there? Wait, completely shivers him up. Right? Then he jumps out and the monkey's pride in its tail and she's lit with fire and it takes the fire and it is distributing the fire everywhere. Everywhere, it's burning the whole Lanka down. And while he's burning the whole Lanka down and Hanumanji is like, I'll burn this building, this. And suddenly sees rain coming down. Huh? Indra, what nonsense you're doing? I am burning Lanka, you're putting rain? He looks at me, so angry. Indra, what are you doing? Indra says, I'm not putting water, that's petrol. I'm helping you. I'm putting oil. Don't worry, we are all in the same team. Okay, this is okay. Then he goes back. Then he goes back on the way to Lord Ram. It takes him 3 days to go to Ram. Completely. The whole explains it. Third day he reaches Ram. And when he reaches Ram, he goes and gives whatever Sitama gave as something that he can recognize. He gives that. And then he goes down to Ram. Like this. As soon as he goes down to Ram, Ram keeps a hand on his shoulder. And immediately he looks up and he tells Ram, I want a boon. Wherever anybody sees me in the world, he should only see me in this position at your lotus feet. Because whenever I bow down like this, your hand is on my shoulder and that is the greatest shelter that I can ever get. Nowhere they should see me in any other position along with you. I should never stand in beside it. You'll never see Hanumanji standing beside Ravan. Never. Unless some artist became very creative and made some picture. No. Right? He is always going down and he likes to be in that position because his hand is on his shoulder. He says, He says, the hand is on my shoulder. That is what is most important to me. And these are some details, we know the whole Leela, but when I heard this, like very essence of devotion, how you take shelter. And then Hanumanji gets up and Ram is so happy. After so many months, he got the exact news about his beloved wife and immediately hugs him, tightly hugs him. And experiencing that hug, Hanuman starts crying. And literally, they say that Ashru, they fall on Ram's hand. And Ram starts crying, holding Hanuman. And he says, Hanuman, I'm not a king, I'm a beggar now. If I would have been a king, I would have given you something. But what to do? I don't have anything now. All I can give you is this hug. And Hanumanji cries and cries, says, you are my master, you are my eternal master. You are hugging this dirty body of a monkey. Once Brahma told me that no material force can kill me. But today, and that day I did not feel that great about it when Brahma told. But today, you have hugged this dirty body and made it so purified. I am asking Brahma that this body should never be destroyed. This body, I want to save it like a museum because you hugged this body. Then immediately Ram is like, they hug each other, they cry, and they say, okay, now what is the plan? Banana hai. Kya banana hai?
Project plan.
Project plan. Right? We have to go to the sea and we have to make the bridge. It takes them 12 days to assemble the whole army to bring them to the bridge. To that point, 12 days. So how many is gone? 50% gone already. Right? So the monkeys there, all the monkeys are there. And how many monkeys? I mean, I think I should show that slide to you. How many monkeys are there in Ram's army? No, you already know. Others. Anybody can guess how many monkeys are there in Ram's army? Can you on the projector just pull that? On it. On it.
One more.
It's coming. Come on, while I pull it up, you can tell that how many monkeys? 1 crore? 60 crores?
That's all.
Yes, nothing knows everything.
Actually, I forgot
The diplomatic answer.
The diplomatic answer, yes. Is it coming? No, I did not keep the wire. This many years ago, Gauranga Prabhu gave a presentation on this. In that time, I had made notes. So I got these notes back to me. Okay. So you can see, yeah. You need to move the project a little this side. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, these are all the topics. So how many monkeys were there in Ram's army? Kitne? Vimal Jodhler. Can you guess? See, I'll tell you, this particular answer will bring the atheist out of everybody. Because if you are not a devotee, you will become uncomfortable and leave from here. You cannot accept this. It's too much. That is what Ram does. Ram and Lakshman, Ram and Krishna and all, when they come now, they do such things that atheist has to leave the place. You believe what you want to believe. Valmiki Ramayana says 1 lakh crores. 1 lakh crores is equal to 1 Shanku. So Lord Ram's army had
No.
no. Now, how many zeros are there in 1 lakh crores?
5 plus 7. 12.
12. Okay. You'll power this one. Huh? Lord Ram's army had 1 lakh Shanku is 1 Maha Shanku.
17. No.
1 lakh Mahashankus had one Vrinda. 1 lakh Vrinda had one Mahavrinda. Really?
Ones and zeros.
Well, starting with the end. You 27 numbers. Anyway. 1 lakh Mahavrinda, one Padma. 1 lakh Padma, one Mahapadma. Can you imagine how many zeros?
37.
Can you imagine some number with 37 zeros? Man, picture right? 1 lakh Mahapadma is one Kharwa. 1 lakh Kharwa is one Mahakharwa. 1 lakh Mahakharwa is one Samudra. 1 lakh Samudra is one Ogha. 1 lakh Ogha is one Mahaogha. Lord Ram's army had 100 crore Mahaogha monkeys.
69, 70, 71. 71.
After a point, 100 crore Mahaogha monkeys. Immediately on film. But Prabhuji, how will they all fit into Tamil Nadu? I think they'll fit. Actually, you know that cobbler story, right? So I told everybody that cobbler story. Right? Lord Narayan tells Narad Muni, go tell my devotees that I was pulling an elephant out of a needle of it, or eye of a needle. He goes to a great Vedic scholar Brahman who knows all the Vedic knowledge, all verses, Sanskrit, push, sneezes also, Sanskrit comes out. He goes to that fellow. What is my Lord doing? He is pulling an elephant out of the eye of a needle. Hanumanji is like, Narad Muni is like, kya bole? Impossible. Narad Muni, tell something logical. How can you needle elephant? How is it possible? And then he goes to a cobbler, one who stitches shoes. What is my Lord doing? He is pulling an elephant out of eye of a needle. My Lord can do anything. He says, huh? You're believing it? How come you believe it? He says, yeah. My Lord, if he can keep such a big, huge tree inside a dusty seed, why can't he keep the elephant in the eye of a needle? I believe my Lord. He can do anything. The story doesn't end here. It goes one more step. Should we want to one more step? Then what is it? Then he says, so what my Lord is going to do tomorrow? Today he is doing that eye needle thing. What is he going to do tomorrow? Then Narad Muni says, Lord Narayan is going to preach a Nalgonda Reddy to Krishna consciousness. A Reddy from Nalgonda to Krishna consciousness. His cobbler says, impossible. Forget it. Story ends there. And Nalgonda Reddy is sitting here and telling Ramayana class. Jai Prabhupada. What even Narayan could not do, Prabhupada did. Right? So this is, you can offer. Yeah. So, anyway. Right? So where was I?
Planning.
15 days over. Now Ram is standing near the army is ready. The stones have to be thrown and they are writing before that. So the bridge has to start. Before starting the bridge, he is Maryada Purushottam. He will give Maryada to everybody. That is not my property. That is Samudra there. I cannot cross Samudra unless I have permission from Samudra. And who is Samudra? Just one of the elements, representing one of the elements and one of the Devatas, among the Mukkoti Devatas. And he is thinking, my Lord is asking permission from me. And Lord Ram is sitting there and doing puja. Samudra, please give permission. Samudra is sitting inside. I will not give permission. Why he will not give permission? Would you want your guru to beg you? Or would you want to serve your guru? You want to be ordered by your guru. Samudra says, until you order me, there is no question of me doing anything. So he waits for 3 days, he's asking permission. Samudra is sitting inside, you order me. And then at one point he removes the Dhanush, says, I order you now. Otherwise I'll burn you. I'll completely dry you up like a desert. And then he says, now I'll do it. Yes, my Lord is giving me an order. This is good mood. HR. While asking is not my business. He said, okay. Your servants can throw rocks in my ocean writing your name, and the bridge can be found. You can do whatever you wish. And that time, they start writing Ram, 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 Ram. They bring a stone and they throw that. And they brought the stones from all over the world, they say. Not just that particular tract of Tamil Nadu. They got the stones from so many places. And even now, in Ramasetu, I was reading this. Some scientists have gone and they are seeing stones in Ramasetu which don't belong to that location only. There is no answer for that. Never comes in media. That stone is somewhere in some other country. That stone is not even India's stone. Just imagine from where all the stones were brought to make the Ramasetu. They don't have an answer. They can tell, no, there is no Setu. But if you go and ask, what is that stone? Can you tell me that stone's nature? Is it from this land? They will not get into that. No, this is. So they were writing Ram's name and throwing stones were floating. And at one point, Lord Ram is looking, what is going on here? They are writing my name. They are throwing the stone. Stone is floating. And Ram says, okay, let me also try. He took one stone. He wrote his name, Ram. He threw it. It went inside. Huh? What is this? They are writing my name and the stone is floating. I am writing my name, the stone is going inside. He said, Hanumanji, please come in. What is going on? Hanumanji gives a beautiful reply. He says, hey Ram, when I am writing your name and throwing that stone, the stone has a hope to float. When you are throwing that stone inside, what hope does the stone have to come out? Huh? There is hopeless situation. When God puts you inside to sink, where is the hope of coming out? Right? But here you are not putting, we are putting by writing your name. So there is a hope for the stone to float. Ram to you. What a logic. But anyway, continue the work. We don't have time. My wife gave me, no, how many days left? No. 3 plus 12 plus 3. 18. 12 days. Just imagine the robust project plan. It took 5 days to finish the bridge. How many days left? 7 days left. Is this thrill enough in Ramayana? We can thrill better like apparently, the 30th day is exactly the same day when the 14 years are getting over. The 14 years of exile that Ram agreed, exactly the 30th day is equal to the last day of the 14th year. And when Bharat came to negotiate with this, not negotiate, pray that please come back and take the kingdom, I cannot rule it. And Ram says, you have to go. I have given a vow to my father, you have to go. Bharat tells the day, Ram, I am going. But if you stay in this jungle for one more day after that 14th year, I am going to commit suicide. You better come to Ayodhya before your 14th year. I cannot imagine you staying in the forest and me staying in the palace. Though he never stayed in the palace. Imagine Ram's tension. It is not only the 30th day to rescue Sita, and even before he starts the war, the date of death of Ravan is already decided by Sita. What is that day? 30th day. She already told, 30th day war ayipolandi. Ravan has to be done. That is the only way he can take Sita. So Ravan has to be killed. Sita has to be brought out. And he also has to go to Ayodhya. All the three things should happen at the same, at least by that date. I'm not saying on the same day, right? So it took 7 days to finish the war. And then, so there's a lot of pastimes in the war also, but there's a beautiful pastime of Vibhishan. Anyway, we'll go forward. So the war gets over on the 30th day. And then Sita is rescued. After that, the Agni Pariksha and all that happens. The Maya Sita goes, the original Sita comes out. Right? And as soon as that is over, the time is ticking. Ravan is killed. That itself is a big deal. Huh? You just nodded your head as if Ravan is the ant. No, it took a lot. Kill that fellow, So lot happened behind, and he was killed, and finally Sita is out, and Sita is now the real Sita is out. Okay, let's go. Ram says, okay, now let's go. We have to go now. And Sita says, wait a second. How can you and me go alone, along with Lakshman? How can we go? Said Ram said, what do you mean? We have to go. He says, no. We have to take the entire army of Vanar Sena to help you in getting me. Then only I'll go to Ayodhya. What gratitude. And she wears a red sari. And Ram was wearing a red sari. The red sari represents the blood that all these Vanar Sena has given as a sacrifice for you to find me. And she says, you have to take entire army with you. No, Ravan says this is too much. Sorry, Ram says this is too much. What is this? I cannot take. How many yoga?
171 days.
What kind of plane can help this? Pushpak Viman. Ravana stole it from whoever. And it is gone to Vibhishan. And Vibhishan says, okay, take the Pushpak Viman, take him. Pushpak Viman is inconceivable Viman. Right? So all the Vanar Sena gets into that, and they all travel to Ayodhya. No, Kishkinda. I'll tell you why. Because as soon as the whole Vanar Sena gets into then Ram says, okay, let's go. Sita says, wait. Abhi kya hai? So many conditions. We are meeting after so many days. We have to go. The 30th day, have to go. Sita says, wait. Unless all the wives of these monkeys also come, we cannot go. Ram says, it's too much. If you have to go outside, how much time women take to decorate? Just imagine, so many monkeys will decorate it. How much time? We don't have time. You can't expect them to be ready. Sita, we have to go. No. Because of their sacrifice, their husbands have come here and they have done such a big work. I cannot not imagine they not coming with us. So the Pushpa Viman goes from there to Tamil Nadu, Sri Lanka, to Karnataka, right? To Kishkinda. And all the wives get onto the, Pushpa Viman. All the Vanars, their wives, everybody. And then Ram says, okay, have you okay? You're going now? By the way, there is another obligation for me that I have to meet Bharadwaj Muni. I told him that before I go back to Ayodhya, I have to see Bharadwaj Muni. I will meet you and go. Lord Ram is so merciful. He remembers every little promise he has done. I have to see and go. And at that time, Ram thinks, if I do that now, already so much time is gone. There is not much time left. If I do that now, there is a big risk. Then he tells Hanumanji, Hanumanji, you better go to Ayodhya directly. I'll come through Bharadwaj Muni's ashram. You go there and first stop my brother from coming to suicide. So Hanumanji immediately goes directly to Ayodhya. He goes near Bharat. Bharat is ready. He already made the whole fire of wood ready. Kerosene, petrol, everything ready. Right? My brother is not coming. This is the last day. Sun is setting. I'm done. Right? And immediately Hanumanji sits there. And what does he do? He starts telling Ramayana. He starts singing Ramayana. So sweetly singing. And Bharat is so totally immersed in hearing the Ramayana. And at the end of the Ramayana, he says, so us tarah se Ram ne Ravan ko mara, abhi Ayodhya ko aa rahe. Oh, that means Ram is coming to Ayodhya. So I should not commit suicide now. Then he comes down and he says, I am the messenger who told you this. Wait, don't do anything unnecessary. Your brother is coming. Then Bharat says, okay, I'm going to wait now. Say, all the corners are covered. Now, Lord, the whole Vanar Sena and the wives of the Vanar Sena, Lakshman, Vibhishan, everybody, Sugriv, the whole army lands in Ayodhya. And when the army of, the whole, it is coming there at that time, Ayodhya Vasis, they all lit up lamps in Ayodhya. Why?
The plane to land.
For two reasons. Acharya explained for two reasons they lit up the lamps. One is they wanted to declare the age of darkness of Ayodhya is over today. The dark age of Ayodhya, where injustice was done to a great king like Ram. That episode stops. Light removes darkness. And another thing, Acharyas explain, they wanted to make sure that Pushpak Viman is not getting diverted anywhere else. It's like a right runway lighting. So the runway lighting actually comes from Ramayana. Pushpak Viman has to directly come and land in Ayodhya only. It should not take a diversion. Go to Punjab or anywhere. Ayodhya, it should come. So they littered the whole place. And literally from the sky high, they could see this beautiful Ayodhya, which is what is Ayodhya now. And Ram comes back to that place. Bolo Ramachandra Bhagavan ki
Jai.
Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki. Now the coronation has to happen. Big party time. Coronation that would never happen, right? It had to wait for 14 years. Coronation has to happen. Lord Ram has to be made the king. All the monkeys are very eager. Yes, we are going to see the Pattabhishekam of Ram. Rama Pattabhishekam. Very famous word, right? So all the monkeys are tense now. See, these all humans in Ayodhya seem to be very civilized. We fellows are very uncivilized, right? If we behave in some nonsense way, the whole Pattabhishekam ceremony will get affected. So they're thinking, what should we do? Who can guide us to be civilized like humans? They're thinking, all the monkeys. Then they look at Hanumanji. Hanumanji, you have to tell us how to be civilized like humans, because you are very intelligent among us. Then Hanumanji is okay, just follow what I'm doing. So Pattabhishekam dinner is very big, right? Dinner, lunch, whatever they have, is very big feast. Monkeys can't stop from eating. The moment you keep it, forget about keeping it. The moment you remove the cover, they'll eat it. Have you seen in Vrindavan? There is no discussion. Open the cover, finish. Khatam. Ud gaya wahan se. So now the problem is they have to behave like humans. See, in olden days, we all were kept that banana leaf and one person will come keep a chutney, then keep a rice, then keep a dal, then keep this, then jalebi, then chutney, then sambar, then rasam, then this, then this. You don't eat until they keep the more, they actually declare, okay, now you can start. Hanumanji is waiting. All the Vanar Sena is sitting in their places. With that in the front, they are waiting, looking at Hanumanji. If he eats only, they want to be civilized. Hanumanji told, you better be civilized. I am teaching you how you have to be. Just imagine. Annani vedutute aa kotala parthi endi. Mana madhyalo ekkada. You're stopping completely looking at Hanumanji. Hanumanji, come on, eat. Now you'll eat. Now you'll eat. Now you'll eat. Hanumanji is like, let them keep. All the monkeys, they want to be civilized. They don't want to create any disturbance in our Pattabhishekam. It has to happen properly. Then one person, last dish, they bring green peas fry. They bring that, they keep it like that on the plate. What happens? Green peas is made of balls. Right? One green pea, it goes and falls down. It goes that side. On that hallway. Hanumanji, that is my Lord Ram's prasad. How can even one particle fall on the floor? Top he jumps to that green pea. All the monkeys jump. How many monkeys? Whole place is jumped. Hare Rama. Kotula panlu. Imagine. The whole Ramayana, when we hear about all these detailed pastimes, it's filled with so many things. The sweetness of Hanuman, right? One day Hanumanji is sitting in the window of the house where Lord Ram and Sitama lives. And Sitama is getting ready to meet Lord Ram. She's getting ready. She's wearing a sari, she's very nice, decorated her hair. And suddenly she looks at the window, Hanuman is sitting in this. Hey, what are you doing, monkey? What are you? No, I want to see how you'll please Lord Ram. See, you call it innocence, you call it pure love. How do you understand this? But Sitama understands his heart. He's like, I can't tell this fellow anything. Let me do what I'm doing. She puts sindoor like this. Immediately Hanumanji looks at him. What is that you put? She's like, what did I tell this brahmachari? Answer start karungi. She simply said, you put this Lord Ram will be pleased. That's the reason I put it. And immediately Hanumanji, jumps out of that place. And where he goes? He goes to Dhobi Ghat. Dhobi Ghat of Ayodhya, where they keep coloring the clothes and all that, right? So he sees a big container of red color. He goes into that. And comes out full red, maroonish red color, right? Orange, you can say, darkish orange. Comes with that color outside. And and everybody starts looking at it. Hey, Hanumanji, what did you do? Everybody is laughing at him. But what is Hanumanji thinking? If I'm making them laugh, I think I'll make Lord Ram also laugh. Right? He wants just please his master. He goes and stands in the big sabha like this. Directly. Yes, I'm standing. Lord Ram, who is this? Hanuman? Is that you? Yes, my lord. Why did you put all that color? Lord, to please you. And Sita Mother is not me. He does all these things. Sweetest pastimes. And so many, yeah. Ending. Yeah, Valmiki Ramayana. Many commentaries of Acharyas are there. So once Lord Ayodhya Vasis, they will be very envious of Hanumanji. His fellow is all the time with Ram only. Anywhere Ram is going, he is going. You see, we are going to allocate services now. We'll make sure that Hanumanji will not get a single service. So they allocate all services in Ayodhya to all the Ayodhya Vasis. Not a single service is given to Hanumanji. Like something, right? When Lord Ram is going, fan it or clean his asan or do some job for him or anything at all. No service is given to Hanumanji. Hanumanji is like, okay, the list is being read, my service is going to come. My service is no service. At the end, he says, what about my service? And they say that no service for you. You can just relax, no service. Can you imagine how Hanumanji can live without a service? A devotee cannot live without serving his guru. A devotee cannot exist without serving Lord. Right? All the time they look at service only. Nikunjay, Pratikeli Siddhai. He makes that whole decoration, whole arrangement for Radha and Krishna to meet. All the time, Guru is doing it. Right? One day Guru Shri Charnara. So, Hanumanji is like, how can I be without service? That's as good as killing a devotee. There is this amazing devotee, his name is Mahaprabhu Prabhu. He's a great lawyer in ISKCON. He was. He just left his body a few years back. I think 2 years back. And he is a great preacher. All his life he was preaching. During Corona time, he is not used to preaching online. He has to catch a person, directly preaching, then and there. And the way he used to speak is very authoritative. I don't know how many of you have seen him in a yatra, but Mahaprabhu Prabhu's speeches are like really forceful. You have to become Krishna conscious like this. And yes, I am Krishna conscious. Like that he speaks. Everybody, he's been preaching many devotees. He's a very, very old senior devotee in ISKCON Chowpatty congregation. And even before Chowpatty in Juhu congregation. He was like a lawyer. He fought so many cases that people could, create some problems in ISKCON. During COVID time, the only problem happened is he could not preach. And because he could not preach, he left his body. His children told he could not live without preaching. He was becoming very unrest. Don't go outside. You're very old. Don't do this. Don't do that. He became depressed. He could not. He told many times, I can't live without preaching. I have to tell somebody to. And every time he had so many books in his car. He created a new model of Maruti 800. Do you know that? Maruti 800 was released by Maruti. And he modified that to such an extent, became a new model of Maruti. People couldn't recognize that Maruti 800. He just extended that front to such an extent and pushed the wheels back. It looked like a new car only. Mahaprabhu means carrying and preaching all the time. So such is the nature of a devotee. And Gaur Govind Maharaj says, A devotee who doesn't preach is not alive. Is a dead. Because a devotee is alive, always preaches. Preacher doesn't mean you have to sit on a Vyasasana and preach. Preaching means to repeat what you've heard wherever you are. Wherever you are, talk about Krishna. Wherever you are, listen about Krishna. Wherever you are, tell about Krishna. That is preaching. Right? And a devotee, if he doesn't do that, he is not alive, he is a dead person. Hanumanji, when he did not get any service, he said, what should I do in Ayodhya? How can they not give service to me? And then Hanumanji immediately said, I got my service. They're like, what? What service you got? I got my service. I know what to do. What service he made? Every time Lord Ram yawns, oh, this service is mine. Every time he yawns, I'll go and do tick tick. That is my service. He created his own service. Lord Ram went to his home. He's going to sleep. Hanumanji jumps to his bed. Hey, what are you doing, Hanuman? It's my service, my lord. My service to you. Immediately, Lord Ram called all those people who did not allocate him service. First, you allocate him service. This fellow will not leave me anywhere. You better allocate him a service. Right? Even taking service is a service for Lord. And Acharya explained that should be the nature of a devotee who is not waiting for a service to be given. You will create your own service for the pleasure of your Guru, for the pleasure of Supreme Lord. You will create your own service. Nobody needs to give you a service. Of course, if somebody is giving you a service, that's a great benediction. But a true devotee is the one who will create a service. Somehow, yena kena, you will go ahead and do your service. So that's so many pastimes of Hanumanji are there. I just chose to discuss few of them. But this one last one that I want to tell you, quick one. The last one. Silence is violence. So anyway, Hanumanji was speaking to the residents. They are told, we are in Lord Ram's diary. We are in Lord Ram's diary. Hanumanji said, Lord Ram has a diary? Where is the diary? He immediately jumps, goes to Lord Ram's room. See the innocence of Hanumanji, right? He's a jnani, he's a yogi, he's everything, but sweet innocence. He goes into the room. Where is Lord Ram's diary? What is Lord Ram is there? Ram, where is your diary? Hari, this one. So he removes the diary. He starts. Where it is written, Mahesh Prabhu, Bharat Prabhu, Arjun Prabhu, Al Prabhu, Som Mataji, Saraswati Mataji, Shivali Mataji, Satyadev Prabhu. Na pere kadu. My name is not there. And the title there is, these are the devotees who always remember me. So Lord Ram maintains a diary of the devotees who always remember him. He writes. Right? And Hanumanji is frustrated. He again comes back to the first stage. Yendi na per? Asal na per lekutta? How? I So Lord Ram is looking at. Lord Ram is, he knows what he's doing. Hanumanji, tearful eyes, he looks at. My name is not there. And Lord Ram says, I didn't tell that diary. I told that diary, the other one there. Huh? One more diary? Immediately keeps the diary. He removes that diary. And he said, he removes it. Hanuman. Yes, and there. Okay, let me see who more. Hanuman. Hanuman. Only Hanuman's name is there. Only Hanuman's name is there. Hanuman is like, no, this is double shot. One diary name is not there. Another diary only his name is there. Then he goes and asks Ram, Ram, what is the meaning of the diary? What are you maintaining? Hanuman, That diary is of the devotees who remember me. And this diary of the devotee. Pavanasutra Hanuman ki.
Right.
That is the glory of Hanuman. Yeah? So many more. I'm not going to tell you. But sweet pastimes of Hanumanji, the way he serves, the way he's all the time around. And once Govind Prabhu was telling in his lecture, I'll end with this, not a pastime. Not a pastime. When Lakshman was brought down by Indrajit, as soon as Ram heard that Lakshman is brought down by Indrajit, the first thing that came to Ram's thought, where is Hanuman? Like that immediately, where is Hanuman? Rama. And Acharya explained that Lord Ram considered that the humility of Lord Ram, to say so, that it is only because of Hanuman that we can win against Ravan. That was the confidence Ram had about Hanumanji in his heart. That he is the power. He is the one. When Hanuman is there, nothing wrong can happen. He will somehow fix even Lakshman. He had full confidence on Hanuman. So a lot of people feel that Hanumanji is like a das. Yeah, he's das, but in the eyes of Lord Ram, he was much greater. Right? So, anybody wants to share anything more about Hanuman?
All the yugas are there. Monthly are Kinnara. All Kinnara.
No, all were not Kinnaras. Hanumanji was called as Kinnara. This also I heard from a very senior Prabhuji, Shubhila Prabhuji, that Hanumanji was specifically called as Kinnara.
But other monkey, everywhere is also monkey.
I don't know. That I have to ask again. Maybe some were Kinnaras, right? But they were anyway, they're kind of related to monkey race only. They're always categorized as Vanar. Vanar word is not known. But in that Vanar also there are so many species that are called as Kimnara. Kimnara. Is he a human or is he not? Is he a human or is he not? Kind of a doubtful form. Like that.
My grandfather used to say one story. There are different monkeys, right? Some monkeys with red face, some with black face. Why is that? Anybody know?
Some monkeys have red face, somebody's monkey there.
Black face are the langur face, they are not monkeys. Langur monkey, they all participate in searching for cheetah.
Langur is also monkey only. All different.
White, red and black.
Ultimately, yeah. Whether it is red face or black face, monkeys are monkeys. Whether we are a software engineer or architect or we are part of software.
So Sugriva, when he asked all the Vanar to go search for Sita, they went in different directions. He said go south, north, west. The monkeys who went the other direction, not south, they couldn't find Sita. And they said, how can we show our face to Ram?
Oh, they colored it.
They put black face and came.
Hare Krishna.
Black.
I never heard about this. So the monkeys were so embarrassed that they could not find Sita, who went in other direction. They came back and they colored their faces like we don't want to show our face. Like that.
Red monkey is the one who went south. So who could find it? Hanuman. So they are fine. My grandfather used to say.
One thing that
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all of us are following the emotional path because one day there is the hope that we will all get self-realization. But if we are curious, that how does it feel that on that day when we say we are going to get self-realization, how does it? How
does it feel that day?
How does it happen? So, all the first time Hanuman had assumed a very small monkey form and was sitting on top of the very tree under which Mother Sita was sitting. And he had very small hands because he was a small monkey. He had very small hands and he used the small hands to push the leaves away to make a small hole through which he can see. And as you said, he's touching into them, right? He hasn't seen He used his small hands and made a small hole and he looked through. And he got the top. He could see Mother Sita. How he felt, that's how we are going to feel.
Hare Krishna. Someday we'll, in the whole life of material life, you're just going to move things and we'll see Radha Krishna. Hare Krishna. So such a nice meditation, Madhu. Such a nice meditation. Yeah.
He wanted to change but he immediately come out of that depression. So I am not the one who is searching, but he has to be person. So he prays in that way.
Hare Krishna. Mata is got a very beautiful point. Like when Hanuman was searching for Sita, he could not see Sita. He felt depressed, like you said, we discussed with fearful, commit suicide and all that. And that time he also felt, who am I to search Sita and can see Sita unless Sita herself reveals herself to me, right? So that's humility. That God has to reveal, then only we can see God. Anyway, bring back the same principle of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Serve God in such a way that He is eager to see you, rather than you trying to show your eagerness to see God. Hare Krishna, what a principle. Gaudiya Vaishnava principle. Serve God, serve God. So we are distributing. Yeah.
Especially when he motivates Sita, she doesn't understand what that conversation is happening. So he motivates her. The conversation is very, very
That's why people, Ram Bhaktas are like,
They're Ram Bhakta.
they cry. You can read Mahabharata and not cry. But Ramayana, people just cry. They read Ramayana and they cry. Right? It just happens like that. When they see that loving exchange, when especially Hanuman and Ram and Sita and all that, I heard that they really cry. You cannot not read Ramayana and not cry. You'll just cry. Kulashekar Alwar. Yeah. He goes, takes the army also. Yo, Ram. Takes army also. An army officer, like somebody tell him. So many pastimes. Bolo Ramchandra Bhagwan ki, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Ram Lakshman Janaki, Jai Bolo Hanuman ki. Almost feels like Hanuman Jayanti or Ram Navami. I don't know.
Yes.
But Dashera time, right? Ram Vijay also will be celebrated. Yeah. So please spread whatever pastimes that you've heard. Please tell to your friends. Please tell to your relatives. Make it a point. Spread this bhakti. Right? Spread this because a lot of people don't know about Ramayana. And maybe today we spoke about one drop in the ocean of Ramayana. Ramayana is so much, right? So, and what to speak of Krishna Lila? What to speak of Chaitanya Lila? Chaitanya Lila is epitome. Prabhupada told, if all the other Leelas are at one level, Chaitanya Lila is PhD. You can't even imagine the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's love for Krishna and his spreading of Krishna consciousness. So we are very fortunate that great Acharyas have linked us to Parampara and we're getting this beautiful knowledge. And I don't know, I wanted to discuss about Paramatma verses from 13.9 to 13.13 to 13.20 today. But since the time, actually what happened is there was no gap. The porter came at 4:30. The letter came back at 5 o'clock. So there was no gap. So Hanumanji was still somewhere in my mind. And as soon as I started talking about devotion, the Hanuman pastime came. Anyway, thank you very much for tolerating and hearing. Yes, sir.
Before Valmiki wrote Ramayana, Hanuman was And historically, because we don't want to, it's Ramayana to be glorified. So we put all those stones into the ocean. And then after that, Valmiki is the Ramayana.
Hare Krishna. There are so many things, bro. So many things, endless. By the way, so coming back to where we are today, we are here just 1 week away from Sharad Purnima, right? So Kartik month is also coming, almost there. Yeah, yeah. So we start the Damodar Aarti along with Sharad Purnima. So next Sunday, the satsang is again in our house only here, and we're going to decorate. We're going to decorate the whole Radha Krishna with Sharad Purnima, right? So we are going to do something like a moon, like I don't know. How many were there last time?
You did
Something we did. Yeah. So this time also we'll try to do something. My wife has some ideas. So we both will go to Begum Bazaar and the ideas will manifest into purchasing. Right? So you all are welcome with your ideas. If you have any ideas, what you want to do. We want to have waterfalls, we want to have boat, we want to have moon. God knows what else. We want to try our best to please, right? So next satsang here in this very place, Sharad Purnima, but we'll have more and more kirtans that day. No more lecture, no class. My wife strictly told me, no class. Yes. Because the class will be Acharya's verses in the bhajans. So we'll have so many kirtans that day, and we will have our Mridanga class. Yes. Exact Tarikita. So exact location. Okay, so we'll have the Mridanga class. So humbly request everybody please practice. One very good thing that is very informative and useful. Prabhuji told, Prabhuji Hare Krishna. Dandavad, please. Why would you like to speak something? We all are learning Mridanga, Prabhuji. So next week, how many Mridangas we bought from Mayapur? 41 Mridangas. So please, everybody practice. Balgun Prabhu told, it is not the beat becoming right. He told you should do it for at least 15 minutes non-stop. Whatever beat you're doing, do it 15 minutes non-stop. And don't just, okay, man, nice. No. Keep a clock there and keep doing that for 15 minutes. You have to get that memory into your hands. And then you will actually learn Mridanga. Otherwise, it's not the beat. So please start doing that way. This whole week is there. So every day let's practice. Let's make Tara Krishna Prabhu proud that he is taking care of all of us. Next time, last time I heard he shouted, the next action, I don't know what he'll do. So let us get prepared for that class also. We will have the class here in this, this house or in the clubhouse. We will figure it out by then. But we are having it here. Sharad Purnima is here. So please, everybody come. And happy Dasara in advance to all the families, your extended families. Happy Navaratri. Right? And what other festivals? Gandhi Jayanti. I don't know how it is related. Huh? Happy Deepavali. Vrindavan Yatra. And yes, before we are going to Vrindavan Yatra, we have to Govardhan Puja will do in VSK.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm planning to do it in the morning, in the evening. Because next day morning we all have to leave.
5:30.
We can't do in the evening. So everybody will come early morning to VSK, and we'll do the Go Puja, and then we'll leave from there. Okay.
25th.
Huh? That is 26th, no? 26th.
26th is our travel day.
Huh?
26th morning at
26th, 25th.
25th. I think
25th will travel.
24th is Diwali.
Yes, 24th is Diwali, is it? Yes. So where are we blasting? I mean, crackers.
Everywhere.
25th. As per our calendar. What is that? Deepavali. Okay, let us publish. Let us publish. You know, the Kartik calendar will be there in this website. Let's publish it as per Hyderabad time. Let us see that. Right. So please be and by the way, Prabhuji and Matajis, whoever have the Bhagatams in your house, please start. I know this few weeks we were busy. We have to distribute them to temples. Please complete the task, right? And you all are maintaining the record of the video, the Brahma, the Pujari who was taking the Bhagavatam, right? All that has to be maintained. We want complete record of where the Bhagatams have gone, right? So everybody has Bhagatams. So start next week, because once you go to Yatra again, we come back 2 more weeks and one. The point is, we have a goal to achieve, which is November 27th. Radhesham Prabhu's program is already scheduled. On that day, we have to call all the Brahmins of all these temples to come and get it signed, the first book.
November
27th. Which means at least by November first week, all the Bhagatams have to be in the temples. Which means we only have few days left, right? Few weeks left. So if you have to apply leave, please apply leave. Or if you want to resign, you can resign. But finish the service. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Yeah. We'll sing Narsingharthi name. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste
जय जय Jai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
भक्त विघ्नाथ नरसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह स्वामी प्रहलाद महाराज की जय ओम विष्णुपाद प्रमुख रविकाचार्य स्तोत्र जवान्य देवी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद जय ओम विष्णुपाद प्रमुख रविकाचार्य स्तोत्र जवान्य भक्ति सिद्धांत ठाकुर गोस्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की वृंदावन श्री गोस्वामी की प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त ओम श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की श्री नवदीप मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुर धाम की पुण्य क्षेत्र वृंदावन धाम की गंगे माई की यमुने माई की भक्ति देवी की कलियुग पावन तुलसी महाराज की हरिनाम संकीर्तन की ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की ट्रांसेंडेंटल प्रसादम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की निताय गौर हरि प्रेमानंद all glories to assembled devotees all glories to assembled devotees all glories to assembled devotees all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Vancha Kalpatarupyascha Devasindham Devata Bhaktanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. So is this Srinivasacharya Prabhu is here? Prabhuji is my very, very senior god brother, and I really consider his association very sacred. And many of us here, Prabhuji is sitting there. So Prabhuji is actually visiting India because his son Anudeep's marriage is there in Delhi, and Prabhuji will be here in Hyderabad for 1 week. So I'm hoping that in between the shopping somewhere, Prabhuji will say, "I'm tired of shopping. Let's have satsang." And that day I'll call all of you, and we will have a nice satsang in Prabhuji's association. Yeah. Let us welcome Srinivasacharya Prabhu. Three loud. There is Mohini Kumari Mataji also. She's inside. Okay. So yes. Yeah. So the plan is wherever you are, stay there. Prasadam will come there. I don't know why it is decided so. Okay. So right. Yeah, just sit down. We'll start giving the proofs. Just sit in a row. Hare Krishna. I think you have to do that. Yeah, remove that. Yes. Yeah, one important announcement. Yeah.
So it's getting the Kirtri Sadari, Hare Krishna Prabhuji Madhadesh. So for this month, fees due is there. So kindly bring the fees in cash on October 9th to do the necessary payment. So please.